made-up creatures from my stories. Is that what they are?
Is it true he saw the White Walkers?
The White Walkers have been gone for thousands of years.
So he was lying.
In this video, I'll discuss 15 similarities between two of my most favorite series, that is, the Game of Thrones series and the Wheel of Time series. So if you are like me and love both of the series, stay tuned to find out which similarities I found. Hello everyone, welcome to Ultimate Book Maniacs, the one-stop for book and TV series reviews. If you've been following my channel for the last few years, you already know this, but those who are new to this channel, I love the Game of Thrones series and I've posted a lot of videos about it. And recently, I finished reading the Wheel of Time series and I loved it so much that I'm already rereading it. So while reading this series, I noticed that there were a lot of similarities between these two series. So let's see which similarities I found. And if I missed anything or got anything wrong, you can tell me in the comments below. Since we are going to discuss the whole series, there are obviously going to be some major spoilers. So if you haven't read the Wheel of Time series or the Game of Thrones books, you should probably stop watching this video if you don't want to see any spoilers. So, let's begin. First, in both the series, the northernmost area on the map is the Heart of Evil. In the Game of Thrones series, you can find the lands of Always Winter, which is the home to the White Walkers. In the Wheel of Time series, the northernmost area consists of the Blight, which is where the Dark One's touch on this world is strongest. Second, in Game of Thrones, the Night's Watch defends the Seven Kingdoms from the invasion from the north, while in the Wheel of Time series, the Borderlanders protect the kingdoms from invasion from the north. Third, in Game of Thrones, thousands of years ago, after the White Walkers and the Children of the Forest formed a pact, a utopian era existed, which was called the Age of Heroes. Similarly, in the Wheel of Time series, thousands of years ago, a utopian era also existed, which was called the Age of Legends. It was an era of peace and prosperity before the wars began in both the series. Fourth, in both the Game of Thrones and the Wheel of Time series, the Southerners forgot the real threat and started thinking that these are the creatures from the stories, like the Whites, the Trollocs, etc.
Made-up creatures from my stories. Is that what they are?
Is it true he saw the White Walkers?
The White Walkers have been gone for thousands of years.
So he was lying.
Fifth, in the Game of Thrones, the Whites are controlled by the others, aka the White Walkers. In the Wheel of Time series, the Trollocs are controlled by the Murderall. Both the White Walkers and Murderalls inspire unimaginable terror in humans. Sixth, the White Walkers follow the Lord of the Darkness, aka the Great Other, who is the ultimate enemy of the Lord of the Light, aka R'hllor. I made a video on the Great Other a couple of years ago. I'll post a link on the cards and in the description below. You can check out that video if you are interested in it. Moving on to the next point. In Game of Thrones, if you kill one White Walker, all the Whites controlled by it also die. Similarly, in the Wheel of Time series, if you kill one Murderall, all the Trollocs linked to it also die. 8th, both the White Walkers and Murderalls are intellectually superior and have superior fighting skills than the Whites and Trollocs. 9th, the timeline. In Game of Thrones, after the Age of Heroes ended, came the Long Night, where the White Walkers invaded Westeros. It was followed by the War of the Andals, where the Andals took over the southern lands, and later came Aegon the Conqueror. In the Wheel of Time series, after the Age of Legends ended, came the Breaking of the World. Then came the Trolloc Wars, where the shadows swept across the lands, and then came Otto Hawkwind's Conquest. So the peaceful era of both the Age of Legends and the Age of Heroes were followed by the wars of men fighting the dark side, men fighting men, and Aegon Targaryen and Arthur Hawkwind's Conquest. 10th. After Aegon the Conqueror and some other Targaryen deaths, many succession wars were fought by their descendants for the Iron Throne. Eventually, all the Targaryens died except the two descendants, Dany and Viserys, who sailed across the Narrow Sea and survived. Similarly, in the Wheel of Time series, after Arthur Hawkwind's death, his descendants also fought in the succession wars, which are also called the War of the 100 Years, and eventually, just like the Targaryens, all of them died except for his son Luther Pendrag, who also sailed across the Arethosian and survived.
Brothers fought brothers. Dragons fought dragons. By the time it was over, thousands were dead.
11th. In Game of Thrones, eventually Daenerys Targaryen returns to reclaim the lands of her ancestors, while the larger threat of the White Walkers loom above them all. Similarly, in the Wheel of Time series, Tuon also returns to reclaim the lands of her ancestor Arthur Hawkwind, while the larger threat of the Shadow Spawns, like the Trollocs and Murderals and the Dark One, looms above them all. 12th. In Game of Thrones, Dany puts her conquest on hold to help fight the larger threat of the White Walkers. In the Wheel of Time series, Tuon also agrees to stop her conquest to help fight the bigger threat of the Shadow. 13th. Both Dany and Tuon fell in love or got married after their return to their ancestral lands. 14th. Both Dany and Tuon's siblings either threatened or tried to kill them. And the last, in both Game of Thrones and the Wheel of Time series, there are people who have the power to either mentally connect with the wolves or to communicate with them. In A Song of Ice and Fire series, Jon, Arya and Bran have the ability to connect to their direwolves and are mentally connected to them. Similarly, in the Wheel of Time series, people like Perrin and Elias can mentally connect to the wolves and can talk to them. I know there are some major differences in this series, but I was surprised when I noticed these similarities, and I was really curious to see if anyone else noticed them too. So did you notice these similarities too? Is there any other similarity that I missed, or did I get something wrong? If you want me to post more Game of Thrones and Wheel of Time videos, like comparisons, similarities, or character analysis, etc., let me know in the comments below. I'll post more Wheel of Time and House of the Dragon videos soon. You can check out my other videos by going to the Wheel of Time or House of the Dragons or the Game of Thrones playlists. So, what do you think of these similarities? If you like this video, please click on the like button below, share the video and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. Bye bye. See you in my next video.